Hi, this is This Perfect Day with me, Amanda Clinton.
And I'm Barima, and we'd like to welcome you to this very special episode today.
Yeah, we're talking about how Fix the Country can't really work in Ghana in terms of the movement right now, because it really can't work on a national level if we don't start implementing it on an individual level, and we're going to start talking about how.
That's right, Amanda. So for those of you who aren't based in Ghana or follow the news here, Fix the Country is pretty much what it says on the tin. It is a movement by people who feel dissatisfied and disenfranchised to
About the
basically
state of
change
Ghana.
the state of Ghana and changing the way that things are done and run here.
Yeah.
And there have been protests. There is a trending hashtag on social media.
And embassies throughout the world, sometimes, Ghanaians protest outside just to say hashtag Fix the Country.
But Fix the Country is, I think a potentially very powerful movement because it's been a long time in coming.
It's been a long time coming, but I honestly believe if we can't do certain things like the petty cash test.
The petty cash test.
Petty
Now
cash
that is a special one.
Yeah, so the petty cash test is if you go anywhere in Ghana to buy something in a shop, a business establishment, etc., you go and buy something and you pay and they're giving you back your change. Essentially, 9 out of 10 shops don't have petty cash in terms of they rather ask you to dig into your bag to look for 1 CD, 2 CDs, etc., etc. And if as a nation, individually and collectively, 9 out of 10 businesses cannot pass the petty cash test, then, putting all this weight on government in terms of what government should do, yes, they have been elected and they should do certain things. But I think it would be really interesting as a nation if we fix the country on a business level and on an individual level, whilst also crying for Fix the Country nationally.
Yes. I think that's, obviously very well said, characteristically so, of course. But it actually really does matter because the implications for fixing on that kind of level are widespread. After all, Ghana is a commercial country in a capitalist system like anywhere else pretty much around the world.
And you can't get your petty cash sorted.
Exactly. You can't get your cash sorted. Like Prince once sang, get your money straight.
Yeah.
You have to be, you have to come to business with a real sense of organization, drive, and just, the willingness to fix a system when that system is just not working, because if you don't fix the system, your business does not improve. If anything, it does the opposite.
Yeah, and Fix the Country is a very serious topic in terms of, we really are seeing inflation. We're seeing the price of petrol has skyrocketed. I bought a car 2 years ago.
Crazily.
Could fill the car at a certain amount. I think I could fill the car at the time for like 100 CDs or 150 CDs. Now I'm filling the car less than 2 years later for 300 CDs. So it's a real issue if people can't buy produce, petrol is expensive, etc. So Fix the Country is a real movement, and hopefully this government will listen. But on an individual level and on a business level, I really think Ghanaians do have to take on some level of responsibility in terms of what our obligations are. And another thing, I notice, just going around, another thing I notice is that as a nation, we don't seem to have very much national gratitude in terms of everybody's always complaining. They never say anything positive. If something good happens, that's never in the news. It's always negative.
Exactly.
It's always scandal, negative, but we're not praising something that someone did that they went out of their way. And gratitude in terms of, you do this test 9 times out of 10. If you stop your car either at a pedestrian or just randomly stop the car because someone's about to pass or one group of people are about to pass, and you do them this favor of stopping your car for them to pass, 9 times out of 10, they won't even say thank you or wave or just acknowledge that you did something out of your way. They'll just take it as, well, that's what's supposed to happen, and they'll go their way. And I think it's very indicative of a nation if we don't practice being nice or gratitude and in the smallest ways, etc. Because, we're always looking for this bigger agenda, fix the country, which is absolutely right because, the economy is not doing that great in Ghana, and things are really expensive for a lot of people. from bread to sugar to petrol. You just wonder how most people survive in this country, really. But if we take care of the small things, that has a knock-on effect in terms of the bigger things being taken care of. And so gratitude is a big thing. So go out this week and be grateful. Be grateful someone opened the door for you. Be grateful that, someone stopped their car so you could cross the street. Things like that. And the petty cash test. If you're going to a shop and 9 times out of 10, you give money and they're asking you for extra change because they haven't got their petty cash sorted. Tell them there's a petty cash test going on. And and if we sort our finances in terms of just small businesses, the rest of the country will hopefully have a ripple effect. What do you think?
I think those are very good places to start. At the end of the day, making things better is all about personal responsibility first. It's not the whole story, but it's definitely where you have to start. Nevertheless, the activism starts because the people, those activists have made a choice to fix up and to start actually demanding real change. But
so it's a call for revolution.
But here's the thing: people miss that calling for revolution and starting movements is already about self-belief. It's about willingness to change things, to drive forward and go in conviction of that change, of that desire, of those goals. It's about having values. It's about believing in this thing so much that you're willing to put yourself on the line in a very big way in order to make it happen. And if we're all willing, we all find our own different ways to follow it. We don't have to follow in the same way, but models for our decisions, our business systems, our behaviors, even our personal choices, they all
ways
exist.
We can fix the country. And ultimately, with this perfect day, we very much focus on Hermes Trismegistus's teachings in terms of the 7 principles. And he was in Egypt over 2,000 years ago. He established 7 principles that literally just changed this world, and everybody kind of copied and
That's still
adapted,
going on today.
and it's still going on. But very much we really have to have an imagination about what Fix the Country is in general, but also on an individual and a business level, how we can fix the country personally, and telling people how they can correct their systems when we go into business and they don't even have petty cash. So, imagination is very much important. Correspondence is important. What's going on inside has an effect
important.
of, affecting what's going on outside,
It's a whole story about you.
Yeah, and vibration, we want to vibrate this nation to the level that it becomes a first world nation. And, COVID times, a lot of countries have been hit. We haven't been hit as much. So let us vibrate to the level where we can literally just turn things around. Because another principle that Hermes Trismegistus taught is cause and effect. We can have an impact. We can literally just change from one state to the other in terms of not being a first world country to being a first world country. And we can also look at the duality of it all, and we can just literally change this nation. But first we have to change it individually, and then as a country. So we call for Fix the Country, but let us fix immediate things around us first, whilst also concentrating on the bigger agenda. Yes, and I hope you have a good idea where to start. Check people this week. If they ask you for your change in terms of, you give them 50 CDs and then they're asking you for even more change, just say, look, sort your petty cash out. It's the first thing we need to do to fix this country. If someone crosses the road and they don't say thank you 9 times out of 10 times, that's going to happen to you in a day. Just say a little prayer in your heart that person might change.
Yeah.
And we can fix this country, but let us start with ourselves, and then with our immediate environment, and stay positive, whilst also encouraging this government to very much fix this country. Thank you.
Thank you.